there is a very specific kind of pain, a wound that doesn't bleed but burns deeper than any direct insult you've ever received. It's the moment you look at your child, the child you carried, nurtured, protected, and loved unconditionally. And, for a split second, you don't see their eyes. You see the look of the narcissist. You hear the narcissist's words coming out of the mouth of a 6, 10, or 15-year-old, the tone of contempt, the impatience, the baseless criticism. Suddenly your home, which should be your sanctuary, is transformed into a courtroom where you are the defendant, the narcissist is the judge, and your children have been recruited to be the jury and the executioners. You feel cornered, alone in a room full of people, and doubt begins to corrode your sanity. Am I really this horrible person? Are my children seeing something I don't see? Why are they turning against me after everything I've done? If you are living through this, breathe. What is happening is not your fault. It is not a failure of your parenting. And fundamentally, it is not about your children. It is about the narcissist. What you are witnessing is one of the most cruel and calculated tactics within the spectrum of emotional abuse, family triangulation. In this video, we aren't just going to talk about alienation. We are going to understand the psyche of someone capable of using a child's innocence as wartime ammunition. We're going to understand the why and the how, so you can stop reacting to the chaos and start understanding the game. Because only by understanding the game can you protect yourself and eventually offer a real way out for your children. My name is Lauren Mitchell. My purpose with this channel is to show you that the problem was never you, and more importantly, that you are not alone. If this video touches your heart, I invite you to check the link in the description. There, you'll find an ebook created with great care to help you reframe what you've been through, strengthen your self-esteem, and reclaim the self that was stolen from you. It all starts subtly. Maybe you've noticed that whenever you set a necessary boundary, bedtime, chores, less screen time, the narcissist intervenes. But they don't intervene to support your parental authority. They intervene as the savior. They are the cool dad, or the permissive mom, who breaks the rules you established, winking at the child as if to say, "We're allies against her tyranny." Suddenly the family structure splits. It's no longer mom and dad guiding the children. It's narcissist and children against you. You become the nag, the control freak, the hysterical one, and the narcissist. They become the safe harbor of fun and lack of responsibility. But it goes beyond permissiveness. You notice the looks exchanged between them when you walk into the room, the sudden silence, the inside jokes that seem to target you, but are subtle enough that if you complain, you're accused of being paranoid. This dynamic creates brutal cognitive dissonance. You know you are caring, educating, and loving, but the feedback you receive from your environment is that you are the problem. The child, who used to run to your lap when they got hurt, now hesitates. They look at the narcissist to check their reaction before showing you any affection. This is not natural. This is not a phase. This is conditioning. The narcissist is rewriting the reality of the home, where the only way the child can receive their approval is by rejecting you. It is a daily loyalty test, where love for the mother is treated as a betrayal of the father. And this is where many women break down. Because fighting an abusive partner is one thing, fighting the rejection of your own child, manipulated by that partner, is a torture that hits the core of your identity. But to survive this, we need to go down into the basement of the narcissistic mind and understand the first big truth about how they view children. To understand the cruelty of this manipulation, you need to accept a painful but liberating fact. To the narcissist, children are not autonomous human beings with their own feelings, needs, and personalities. To the narcissist, children are extensions of themselves. They are objects. They are property. In psychology, we call this a lack of ego boundaries. The narcissist doesn't see where they end, and the child begins. The child exists to serve a function, to provide narcissistic supply. This supply can come in two forms. The trophy, the child who is beautiful, smart, or talented, reflects the narcissist's grandeur. Look how amazing my child is. Therefore, I am amazing. The weapon. The child serves as an instrument to control, punish, and hurt the partner. When the narcissist uses the child against you, it's not because they love the child and want to protect them from you. It's exactly the opposite. It's because they need to destroy you to feel in control, and the child is the most efficient tool available. They operate based on a primitive binary concept: control or threat. If you, the mother, are a source of love, security, and emotional stability for the child, that is a threat to the narcissist. Why? Because if the child has a secure base in you, they develop autonomy. They develop self-esteem. And a child with self-esteem and critical thinking will eventually see the narcissist for who they really are. Therefore, the bond between you and your child must be severed. The narcissist feels a pathological envy of the genuine connection you have with the children. They cannot generate that emotional intimacy because they are incapable of real empathy. So if they can't have that connection, they must destroy it. It is a scorched earth logic. They would rather reign over the ashes of a destroyed family than be an equal partner in a healthy one. The child is trained to be a soldier in this war. If the soldier shows affection for the enemy, you, the soldier is punished with coldness, withdrawal of affection, or verbal aggression. The child learns fast. To be loved by daddy, I have to despise mommy. How does this happen in practice? It's rarely through direct orders like, don't like your mother. The narcissist is a master of subtle manipulation, suggestion, and rewriting history. The primary tool is triangulation, based on secrets and victimization. The narcissist starts treating the child as a confidant, a little adult. They share inappropriate, distorted information about the marital relationship. Phrases like, I wanted to get you that toy, but your mother wouldn't let me because she controls all our money. Your mother has been so stressed crazy lately. We have to be careful not to upset her. I feel so lonely. I'm lucky I have you, because your mother doesn't understand me. Notice the devilish maneuver here. They are placing themselves in the position of the vulnerable victim and putting the child in the position of savior or companion. This is what we call emotional incest. They are demanding that the child take care of their emotions, inverting the natural order of parenting. At the same time, they pathologize your normal reactions. If you get angry because the narcissist forgot to pick the child up from school, they tell the child, see how she screams? See how out of control she is? I just had a delay at work to pay her bills, and she treats me like this. The child who lacks the cognitive maturity to understand the complex context sees only the form. The mother is screaming and the father is calm, falsely calm. The child begins to associate you with chaos, and the narcissist with order, when in reality, the narcissist created the chaos so you would react, only to point the finger at your reaction afterward. Another devastating tactic is monitoring. The narcissist interrogates the child about what you do, who you talk to, what you eat. The child becomes a spy inside their own home, and if the child reports something the narcissist doesn't like, they explode, but they blame you. Your mother did this and now I'm upset. The child internalizes that. To keep the peace, they need to watch and control their mother's behavior. They create an us versus her narrative. They invite the child into an exclusive club where the entry fee is disloyalty to the mother. And for a child who depends on their parents for survival, being excluded from this club by the narcissistic parent, who is often scary or unpredictable, is terrifying. Compliance is a survival strategy. We've reached the deepest and most painful pillar. The ultimate goal of this triangulation isn't just to make the child like the narcissist more. The goal is the nullification of your existence as a figure of authority and affection. It is a psychic murder. The narcissist projects onto the child their own frailties and the hatred they feel for you. They use the child to say the things that, if they said them, would make them look abusive. When the child says, "You're annoying, you're never happy, you're crazy," they are, in fact, being a megaphone for the narcissist's subconscious. This creates a traumatic loyalty bond in the child. The child lives in a state of a double bind. If they love you, they betray their father and risk losing his affection or suffering his wrath. If they reject you, they lose their mother but secure the precarious safety offered by the narcissist. Faced with this impossible choice, the child usually chooses to ally with the parent who causes the most fear, not the one who offers the most love. This is counterintuitive to us, but it is instinctive. The child knows that your love, mom, is unconditional. You will love them even if they treat you poorly. But the narcissist's love is conditional. They only love if they are obeyed and pleased. So, secure in your unconditional love, the child feels free to attack you, using that aggression as currency to buy the narcissist's approval. It is a perverse transaction. The child sacrifices a healthy relationship with you to appease the domestic monster. This leaves deep scars. The child learns that love is manipulative, that intimacy is dangerous, and that loyalty requires the destruction of others. The narcissist isn't just hurting you. They are poisoning their own child's model of the world to satisfy their wounded ego. I know that reading this generates deep anguish. The urge is to scream, to shake the child, to explain the truth, to show who the father really is. But listen very carefully now. Do not do that. Trying to convince your child with logic, or bad-mouthing the narcissist to defend yourself, only validates their narrative that you are crazy and confrontational. You will fall exactly into the trap that was set. Your greatest weapon against narcissistic triangulation is not attack, it is consistency. You need to be the safe harbor. The narcissist is the rough sea, unpredictable, full of storms and false calms. You need to be the solid ground. Validate without agreeing. When your child comes to you with the narcissist's script, "Daddy said you stole the money," do not react with anger. Respond with calm and brief facts, without excessive emotion. "I understand you heard that, but adult matters are complex and your father, and I handle that differently. In this house, we tell the truth. Don't play the game. Do not force the child to choose. Say, 'You have the right to love your father. I'm happy you guys have fun.' This dismantles the narcissist's narrative that you are the enemy of their relationship. Show the child that your love does not depend on their loyalty. This breaks the cycle of fear. Maintain your essence. Continue being the loving, present mother. And yes, the mother who sets healthy boundaries. The narcissist is the party parent, but parties end. Real life requires structure, over time, and it may take time. The child begins to notice the difference between the empty euphoria the narcissist offers and the real comfort you provide. The truth is silent. The child will grow up. Narcissistic manipulation has an expiration date because it is exhausting. At some point, the narcissist's inconsistency will turn against the child. And when that happens, when the narcissist discards or hurts the child, which unfortunately happens, you need to be there. Not to say, "I told you so," but to say, "I am here." The narcissist wants you to give up, to become bitter, to react with hate. Do not give them that pleasure. Their revenge is trying to take your children from you emotionally. Your victory is keeping your heart open and your mind sane, serving as the lighthouse of reality that will one day guide your children back home. They may be hypnotized now, but the truth has a gravitational pull of its own. Stay firm on your axis. You haven't lost your children. They are just lost in a fog created by someone else. And you are the light that will help dissipate that fog, not with screams, but with the unshakable presence of someone who knows who they are. Feel free to leave your story, your vent, or even a suggestion for the next video's theme in the comments below. Access the link in the description to check out my ebook and the benefits of being a member of this channel. Click on the suggested video on the screen to stay with me, and remember, you are light. Never forget to shine.